Hi everybody. Alright, I got a good story for you. This one's actually coming out of science stuff. You know that when you get red eyes after swimming, that you've been told that the red eye is actually caused by the chlorine or the bromine in the water? Well, science and science dump are here to tell you that's just not true. Now, I don't know whether or not their counterclaim rather, is absolute or not. Their counterclaim is that it is not due to the chlorine in the water, it is actually due to the urine in the water from people peeing. Now, I've owned and operated a pool better part of 10 years. I've cleaned it. I know when people have been in it. I know when people have not been in it. I know whether or not a certain number of people have been in it that may or may not have urinated in it. But this is what Science Dump is claiming, that the red eye effect is from urine in the water you're swimming in and not from the chlorine. And basically in their opening statement, it is just that. Having bloodshot eyes after swimming is not a result of chlorine, but in fact caused by urine contained in the pool. According to a recent study in Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, but how might you ask? Urine in itself isn't harmful, right? Well, it's due to the fact that chlorine binds with all things it's trying to kill from your body and your bodies. As a result, it will form chemical irritants that are causing those bloodshot eyes. The chlorine binding with the urine and basically sweat. But toxicologist Alfred Bernard from University of Leuven, Belgium, states urine itself is just like any other bodily fluid, not harmful for your skin or eyes. Once the urine comes into contact with chlorine, it will react with the urea, a component of the sweat and urine, which create so-called chloramines. So, this is basically the thought, folks. Now, I don't really want to believe that everybody in my pool is peeing and getting everything everywhere. Because to be honest, most of the time, folks, nobody really uses it. And when you go underwater and come up, most of the time, your eyes are kind of bloodshot and are kind of red. And it's not really because, you're in there. I mean, are you peeing in the pool regularly? I don't know. But I know that when I go into my private pool, I don't pee. I've never peed, best of my knowledge. I always get out. I go on the side or, wherever it's convenient. Usually we have a setup in the shed or something. But according to this, too much chlorine in the swimming pool, might not cause red eye. And basically, the chlorine to water is about 0.5 milligrams per liter of water. Furthermore, the chlorine is in most swimming pools automatically regulated and is almost manually checked several times a day. And basically with that, everything is actually quite small. I mean, even if you shock it with the shock, you're not going to have the best effects. Now, here's my contradiction in this. My contradiction is that this does not sound right. Even if every single bug, every single animal at night were to pee in your pool, there is no way to account for this in, closed-in pools where nobody's in it, but you clean it daily and everything else. Yet you go in it, you go down, you swim around, you do get red eye. So is it from the urea that may be there naturally when it's exposed to oxygen? I mean, urea is a quite common substance in the air too. May not be per particle like we think, but I'm trying to deduce this, folks, and I don't see how it's even possible. I mean, the urine they're talking about would have to be gallons per person. And if you're running your filter most of the time, which I am mostly, you get to a point where that shouldn't be possible. I mean, you're talking about secret ninja thieves peeing in everyone's pool at once. And we're not just talking about the public pool, folks. I mean, this theory to hold any water, cool joke, would have to contain something. And I'm not so sure it's even real. I mean, unless they find out the chlorine or the chloramines actually act as a catalyst for the urea and make it like, I don't know, something like 100,000 times more potent per particle per gram, ounce, whatever you want to use. I don't believe this, folks. I've been in pools that have had fresh water, nobody in it, and you're standing outside and the chlorine smell alone is killing your eyes. And that's after people scrubbing it and everything else. Nobody's been able to pee. So, as much as I want to say this is real, I have to say it's busted. Thank you.